The global financial paradigm is shifting. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, today, as we know, blockchain industry executives are set to testify before Congress. Some of the big names that are going to be testifying for Congress today include FTX, Circle, Coinbase, and of course, we know the Stellar Development Foundation, guys. But there are a number of other events that are also going on this week that paint a very vivid picture of the future of finance, guys. Now, starting with Senate Banking Committee to hold a hearing on stablecoins. This will occur next week. And if we know about the document, the press release from the OCC and the CFTC last week, they are looking to integrate stablecoins and digital currencies into the future of finance, guys. This is coming from the US Senate. But at the same time, guys, around the world, we are starting to see the images, the stories, the information of the rest of the world getting involved with this blockchain, this financial revolution, guys. This is a quick statistic from Israel. It says investment in Israeli cryptocurrency companies crossed the $1 billion mark for the first time. Funding for cryptocurrency tagged startups added to a 1.07 billion dollars, according to data compiled by Startup Nation Finder, a business discovery platform provided by nonprofit organization Startup Nation. The Israeli cryptocurrency sector's previous peak was in 2018 when it raised over $200 million. In 2020, $100 million was raised, guys. So that's coming from Israel. But of course, that's not all. We covered this in a couple, well, Monday's video. Austrian banks working on their central bank digital currencies. At the same time, guys, Binance is planning to become registered in the UK once they get past the regulatory issues, which with moves like this, they already seem to have done that. On top of that, guys, Binance Singapore arm acquires 18% stake in a private stock exchange. This actually just came out this morning. But there's even more to the story, guys. Gibraltar's government plans to bridge the gap between public and private sectors with blockchain. The importance of this sentence here is going to be magnified in Sunday's video, guys. Again, we're building up to a huge narrative, all right? Officials have already started digitizing government services on the smart contract network known as RSK, but plan to step up work on the integration in early 2022, guys. Now, on top of that, Japanese mega banks join consortium launching yen-based digital currency. Private sector behemoths in Japan are exploring digital currencies as a way to streamline large fund transfers and settlements, guys. But it's still not over. At the same time, India releases national strategy on blockchain for e-governance, guys. The Indian Ministry of Electronics and Information has released a 52-page national strategy on blockchain. The document urges closer cooperation between the government and the private sector to build blockchain infrastructure across the world's second most populous nation, guys. So, again, this is a global movement that we have here, guys. The global movement to build a global network, okay? But again, it's not over. SBI announces crypto joint venture with Swiss digital exchange Six, guys. Now we know the Swiss, the digital exchange Six. We know how far that goes, guys. Just check out my Solana videos from earlier in the year as we tracked the origin of Solana, how it entered the market, who's behind it. Swiss Digital Exchange 6 was one of those names. As we know, SBI is more focused out of Japan. And as we just saw, Japanese mega banks are coming together to launch the digital yen. Okay. But the biggest story, and this came out this morning, guys, the Australian government is taking the charge with this. Australian government gives nod to 6 world leading crypto reforms. Australia in CBD talks as treasurer claims crypto shakeup is coming, guys. And Australia's wholesale CBDC trials allows access to non-banks, guys. This is the one we're going to dive into because it's going to give us the best details of Australia's plans. Now, today, the Reserve Bank of Australia published the results of a wholesale CBDC trial called Project Atom, conducted with Commonwealth Bank, the National Australia Bank, Perpetual, and Consensus. The CBDC proof of concept that started late last year involved issuing the CBDC onto a blockchain based platform for syndicated loans and enable access to non banks. When it comes to the CBDC story in Australia, they are incorporating non bank entities. What does that open the door for? Now, in a quote from RBA Assistant Governor Michelle Bullock, she stated Project Atom demonstrated the potential for a wholesale CBDC and asset tokenization to improve efficiency, risk management, and innovation in the wholesale financial market transactions. Now, the primary demand for wholesale CBDCs is to use digital cash to instantly settle transactions on a DLT, also referred to as delivery versus payment. In Sunday's video, guys, that's going to be described as payment versus payment, but it's still the same thing. An earlier trial raised questions about finality, efficiency, security, and privacy, which the central bank said were addressed in the latest tests. The Project Atom proof of concept raised a new set of questions, including out of scope aspects such as scalability and cyber risk. Now, what's so unique about this specific trial, guys, is the participants involved. Several recent wholesale CBDC trials have been conducted, particularly by the Banque de France and the Swiss National Bank. Some have explored providing non bank access. Project Atom is distinctive because it involves a two-tiered CBDC in which the central bank issued the CBDC to banks that are exchange settlement account holders. In turn, those banks act as sponsors for other non bank participants to use the CBDC for capital market transactions. So, what makes this one so unique coming out of Australia is that it opens the door for, once again, non banking participants to come into the CBDC space, guys. This really illustrates something that we have been looking at all year, and it's lines up with the discussion of, okay, is it CBDCs versus stablecoins versus crypto assets, or is everything working together? I am inclined to believe the latter, guys, because again, I am showing you here this is a global situation. Okay. This is a global movement occurring right now. And then I have a bonus for you. And us H barbarians are going to like this one. The H Bar Foundation has teamed with the United Arab Emirates based DECA 4 for Hedera blockchain growth in the Middle East, guys. We're going to dive into this really quick. It says that UAE based boutique technology advisory and consultancy agency is teaming up with the HBAR Foundation to support projects being built on Hedera network in the Middle East. Now, check this next part out, guys. The HBAR Foundation, of course, founded in 2021, fuels the development of the Hedera ecosystem by providing grants and other resources to developers, startups, and organizations that seek to launch decentralized applications in the following: DeFi, NFTs, central bank digital currencies, ESGs, gaming, and other sectors, guys. So, again, as we have this global discussion, the two projects that pop out, Hedera Hashgraph, Stellar Lumens. I could look up and see what Ripple is doing right now, but we already know that. They're tied in very close with SBI. Now they have a joint venture with Swiss Digital Exchange. So behind the scenes, Ripple is still moving around. Okay. So right now, the talk of the town, the focus we're seeing come up, rise to the top, H bar, Stellar Lumens. Okay. Tezos, guys. Tezos, the Ubisoft thing, that was just one element of the story. What we're about to see from Tezos, especially with their decentralized identity platform, We won't be able to keep up. We won't be able to keep up, guys. But essentially, what I wanted to give you in this episode, guys, was that there is something being built behind the scenes, guys, and you have to have the ability to look through the bullshit. Okay, you have to have the ability to look through it because it's going to be a lot. Okay, we have so many things going on in the world right now. It's kind of hard to focus on this next revolution. No one else on the planet can see these things. So we, us, that converge together on this channel, on this platform, we see that. Okay, we see it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's the only thing that matters. It's really the only thing that matters, because if we know what's around the corner, okay, I'll leave you with a quote from Jack Ma. He says, if you want to become mega wealthy, super rich by the time you're 50, then you have to start preparing for the problems that will be present when you're 50, when you're 40 years from now. Okay? That's the line of thinking that we all share every time we watch a video, every time I put information together for you guys. That is the notion. We are trying to solve generational issues. We are trying to create generational wealth. So we are positioning ourselves in this industry early with the perspective not just running up 100x altcoins. No, I want you all to be investors of the blockchain industry. I want you all to be educated in the blockchain industry, because that's where the power is. That's where the power is. These institutions, these corporations, these companies, they know that. So on this channel, we're going to follow what they know, how they're doing it, how they're approaching the blockchain industry. You don't see them concerned about the next 100 altcoin. So we're not going to be concerned about it either, guys. With all that being said, though, that's all I got for this episode, guys. If you found value in it, of course, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that way you never miss another one. Okay. Also, still taking submissions for the artist spotlight, guys. So feel free to reach out to me. Of course, check out the Digital Hustle University. If you haven't already, I will be putting more information centered around this transition in that playlist. And again, guys, it's a global network being built. There's a surge of globalization coming. And with 2022 not only being the master number, I really think that a lot of things that have been in development for the last 8-10 years are about to be the main event on everybody's mind next year, guys. And we are going to see it before we're going to see them before they see us. And that's the truth. So I want you to have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, we making this money. I'll see y'all in the next one.